put together, they yelled surprise. So we celebrated all those things. And for Hanukkah, we never had a Christmas tree, but we took some white butcher paper and put it in front of the fireplace. And we marked off all our names, and the presents were put by our name.
What did you guys do for like Hanukkah in the 30s? Did you guys just to get together with your family, the Lipsey family, and did you get together with the Pidgeon family?
No.
What happened on like Hanukkah?
We each were celebrated our own family. When we'd be with the Pigeons, we were with them. When we were in the Lipseys, we were with them. We didn't intermix.
Now your parents moved a little bit. They initially married in Chicago.
And then moved to Des Moines.
Des Moines, and then did they move to Beverly Hills?
No, not until after I got married.
So you got married in...
And I got married in 1932.
Right.
And they, my mother wasn't feeling too good, and so the doctor said if she just went to warmer climate for a while, she'd feel better. So they moved to Beverly Hills. They lived at Southeast Bentley, I remember, 1802. They had places up there any longer. And it was near UCLA. And so Fran was already out there, and she was going with David Burns. And then Bobby and Rosalie and went out there, and I was already married. I got married when I was 18. And we had 3 children. And then I had a tennis elbow, a Tennessee dividus elbow. And so I went out to California so my sisters could take care of Sharon, who was a few months old, because it was hard to get help then during the war situation. Am I smiling now?
Yeah, you're smiling now.
Okay.
Tell me about your children. How did you come up with the names Barry, Harold, and Sharon?
Barry is my oldest son, and he was named after my grandfather, Lipsey.
What was his name?
His name was, what was his name? Bora. His name was Bora. And Harold, my second son, was named after someone in the Pidgeon family. And Sharon, my only daughter, was named after, after my father-in-law, Samuel. And that's how they were named.
So Sharon was named after Samuel Pidgeon, and I named my son Samuel Douglas Pidgeon after Samuel as well. So he's had several names.
Oh, there's a lot of names after him. Everybody named their kids after him.
So
but there's not very many. Well, there's Bobby, and I imagine Bobby and Fran and Rosalie named their kids after some of my family.
I'm going to test your memory a little bit. We have a lot of heirs. I think I calculated the other day over 22 heirs. You just mentioned 3 of them, your children, Harold, Barry, and Sharon.
Yeah.
Let's start with the heirs on Barry Pidgeon's side. If you can name your grandkids and great-grandkids.
Okay. There's who's the oldest? Well, I'll start with Stephen and Michael and Danny and David and Danny. That's the four grandchildren. You want their no wives too?
Their wives and their children, their great-grandchildren's
Okay,
names.
Stephen and Leslie and Michael and Pam and David and Cheryl and Danny and Mindy. And their children is,
I'm going to start with Stephen's
Oh.
kids.
okay, Stephen's children is Sarah and Bailey. And the next one is Michael and Pam, and their children is Bailey and McCall. And the next one is David, he's married to Cheryl, and their children is Bryce, Jacqueline, and Shay. And then Daddy's children, Daddy, Pidgeon, and Mindy, their children is Madison and Max. Okay,
You get an A so far.
okay.
We're all done with the berry pigeon side.
You want me to do the other side?
How about the herald pigeon side, if we can look at the camera a little bit?
On the other side, Harold Pidgeon family is Harold and Shirley Pidgeon, and then Brian and Leslie, and Larry, and Mark and Darlene.
And I gotta
they're-
correct you with Brian. I don't think Leslie's as current.
No, I always say Leslie. Lisa,
Lisa.
I'm sorry. Lisa and Mark and Darlene, and their children is Talia and Tiana and Sam. And
I think that's it for the herald pigeon family.
and then Sharon is Sharon and Nat Corn, and Bruce and Jessica, and Nina, and Mike Swindler, and their children is Bailey and Daniela, and then there's Shelley. She's a single. And that's it.
Bruce, I think Bruce has some kids.
Oh, excuse me. Bruce, did I say Jessica and Bruce?
You did?
And Talia, and with a G,
Gabby?
Gabriella.
Well, I think they have a new one too.
Oh, yeah, and they have a new little baby, Gailey. How's that?
You're getting an A so far.
Okay.
Very well. A lot of errors.
I have, is that 22?
I didn't count them just now, but I believe you're up there.
Okay.
That sounds
That's
like a
why
lot.
I can't keep giving presents all the time. I keep running out of money.
Yeah, you have to be going to the shop shops every weekend, just buying presents for all your grandkids and great-grandkids. So you lived in Des Moines a long time.
I lived in Des Moines until I was 59.
And what, your father, what did he die from?
He had a heart attack, a massive heart attack.
Okay, and your mom, she died?
She had pancreatitis.
Okay. And then David Pidgeon had a heart attack in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So you were a widow for several years in Des Moines.
6 years.
Then you